Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Chapter 6 Visual Basic 2010 Express. Visual Basic is a high-level programming language which is evolved from the earlier DOS version called BASIC. BASIC means Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Let's understand the advantages of using VB compared to the earlier versions. Introduction. Visual Basic or VB is a very easy programming language to learn. The code looks a lot like English language. In the old BASIC, you have to write program code for each graphical object you wish to display on screen, including its position and its color. However, in VB, you just need to drag and drop any graphical object anywhere on the form, and you can change its properties anytime using the Properties windows. Visual Basic helps us to make GUI graphical user interface-based applications for Windows. The VB Express for desktop is available free for download on internet at Microsoft.com Express Downloads. The idea of Express editions is to provide streamlined, easy-to-use and easy-to-learn IDEs, integrated development environment, for users other than professional software developers, such as hobbyists and students. IDE is a term commonly used in the programming world to describe the interface and environment that we use to create our applications. Starting Visual Basic. Once you install the software on your computer, to start working on Visual Basic, 1. Go to Start menu and click All Programs. 2. Click on Visual Studio 2010 Express and then select Visual Basic 2010 Express. 3. As you run the software, the very first screen which will pop up on your window is as shown. If you don't want this window every time, uncheck the Show Page on Startup checkbox. 4. To create a new project, either click on New Project or select New Project from File menu. 5. You can do a lot in VB. We will start with Windows Form. So select Windows Forms Applications and click OK. You can even change the name of the application from the default name Windows Application 1 before clicking OK. Visual Basic window will appear. By default, you will get a form on the screen. Now, before start playing with the VB tools, let's gain a little knowledge about the parts of VB window. Parts of Visual Basic window. Title bar. It displays the title of the project. When you open a new project, by default the name of project is Windows Application 1, which can be changed at the time of saving the project. Menu bar. Menu bar displays menus which contain related options that are required to build an application. Toolbar. The toolbar provides quick access to the most commonly used functions of a program like New Project, Open, Cut, Copy, Paste, Redo, Undo, Toolbox, Window Shortcut, etc. Form. When you create a Windows project, by default you get a form displayed on your screen. You can add buttons, radio buttons, text boxes, and many more things on this form very easily. When you run your project, this form will be displayed on the screen. So this becomes your GUI. Solution Explorer. It is an area of the Integrated Development Environment (IDE) that contains your solution and helps you manage your project files. The files are displayed in a hierarchical view. By default, Solution Explorer is located on the right side of the IDE. If Solution Explorer is not visible, you can click the View menu and then click Solution Explorer to open it. Project. Project is a place where you store all the data related to your project. Your Windows Application 1 is the name of your project. The data related to this project will be stored within this folder. Properties window. Use this window to view and change the design time properties of the selected objects. You can also use the Properties window to edit and view file, project, and solution properties. You can hide or show this window using View menu. Toolbox. The toolbox displays icons for controls and other items that you can add on your project, like buttons, text box, drop-down menu, etc. To open the toolbox, click Toolbox on the View menu. Every toolbox icon can be dragged onto Design View from easily. This adds the fundamental code to create an instance of that toolbox item in the active project file. Brain Booster. Microsoft released its first visual development tool, Visual Basic, in 1991. Visual Basic controls. In the toolbox, many controls are available. Few commonly used controls are: 1. Pointer helps in resizing and dragging objects from one place to another. All the controls in the toolbox except the pointer are objects in Visual Basic. These objects have associated properties, methods, and events. 2. Text box enables the user to enter text. Provide multiline editing and password characters masking. 3. Button raises an event when user clicks it. 4. Label provides runtime information or descriptive text. 5. Checkbox enables the user to select or clear the associated option. 6. Picture box displays an image. 7. Radio button enables the user to select a single option from a group of choices when paired with other radio buttons. 8. Combo box displays an editable text box with a drop-down list of permitted values. 9. List box displays a list from which the user can select an item. 10. Tree view displays a hierarchical collection of items to the user that can optionally contain an image. Creating a VB program. As VB is very easy to learn, let's begin with a simple program. 1. Move your pointer over label icon in the toolbox. Hold down the left key of your mouse and drag the control onto your form. 2. Now change the text in the text column of the Properties window. Label 1 is selected, thus the Properties window displays the properties of that label. You can change other properties of this label also, like name, font, size, etc. 3. Press F5 to execute the program. You will get Form 1 as output window with the label My First VB Project on it. Executing a VB program. To execute a VB program, do any of the following. Click the Debug option from menu bar. Select Start Debugging option from the drop-down list. Press from the toolbar. Press F5. You can select Step into option from Debug menu or press F8 to execute single line of the program. Step-by-step processing helps a lot in debugging. Stop debugging. To stop program execution in mid, press Stop Debugging button from the toolbar. Creating a Windows login form. Let's try to make a login form as shown below. To create a login form, open a Windows application form as was done in the last exercise. Then follow the below given steps. 1. Click the form, Form 1, and type My Login Form in the Properties window, text column. You will see that the text on the title of the form will change to My Login Form. 2. Add a label, Label 1, on the form. Change the following properties: property, back color, border style, font, text, value. Active border, fixed single, Microsoft Sans Serif, 12 pt, username. 3. Add another label, Label 2, on the form. Change the following properties: property, back color, border style, font, text, value. Active border, fixed single, Microsoft Sans Serif, 12 pt, password. Brain booster. Visual Basic is not case sensitive. 4. Insert a text box, text box 1. 5. Insert one more text box 2. As in this we are going to enter password, so we need to set password character as asterisk or any other character, so that when you enter password it will show asterisk. Property, password char, value, asterisk. 6. Insert a button, button 1. Now select the button by single clicking on it. In the properties window, change the value of text field to login. This will change the text displayed on the button in design view to login from button 1. Property, text, value, login. 7. Press F5 to execute the program. You will get your login form as output. 8. To stop execution, close the login form or press the Stop Debugging button from the toolbar. You can also press Ctrl+Alt+Break to stop execution. Activity 1. Why it is recommended to display some special character when the user enters a password? Event handling. The login form created in last exercise contains a button. But if you click the button, it does not perform any action. To make this button work, we need to add handle to it, like on click, mouse over, right click, etc. To understand it better, follow the below steps. 1. Double click the button, name, button 1, text, login. This will take you to code window from the design window. 2. Form 1 code window will open with a click handle added to it. 3. In between private sub button 1 underscore click and in sub. Whatever code you will write will get executed only when button 1 is clicked during program execution. For example, if you want a message box to pop up when button 1 is clicked, write the code. 4. Press F5 to execute the program. As soon as you click the login button, a message box will pop up. 5. Press OK to close the message box. Note: VB supports IntelliSense, that is auto-completion of variable, function names which the programmer is typing. IntelliSense is a convenient way to access descriptions of functions, particularly their parameter lists. It speeds up software development by reducing the amount of name memorization needed and keyboard input required. Adding other handles for a control. If you want to add a handle to any control, follow the below step. 1. Open the code page of the form containing that control. To do this, right-click on from 1.vb and click View Code or press F7. 2. Form 1 code window will appear. 3. Click the down arrow next to Form 1. A drop-down menu will appear. This menu will contain names of all the controls which are present on that form. 4. Select the control to which you want to add handle. Here button 1 is selected. 5. Now click the arrow next to declarations. Again a list will appear. These are all the handles which can be used with the control like click, mouse enter, mouse leave, etc. 6. Here mouse enter is selected. 7. The mouse enter handle will be added to the button, adding the respective code to form page. 8. Now whatever you type between private sub button 1_ mouse enter and then sub will execute when your mouse moves over the button. If you want to change the back color of the form, type the below code. Back color is equal to color green. 9. Press F5. The output window will appear. Take your mouse over the button. The color of the form will change to green. Similarly, you can do a lot more using these handles. Type the code shown in the figure and check out what happens as you type India or any other word in password field. Activity 2. Mark the different parts of the VB window. Saving VB project. To save your project, 1. Select the project in the Solution Explorer. Windows Application 1 for example. 2. Open File menu from menu bar. 3. Click on Save Project Name as here Windows Application 1. Use Save as if you want to create a copy of existing project or saving the project for the first time, otherwise use Save option. Save All is used to save changes made in the whole project. 4. The Save Project dialog box will appear. 5. Browse to the folder where you want to save the project. Enter the name of the project if you want to change. 6. Click Save. Rename project. If you want to rename your project, 1. Right-click on the project name in the Solution Explorer. 2. Select Rename. 3. Type the new name. Closing VB project. To close a project, 1. Open the File menu from the menu bar. 2. Select Close Project. Only the project on which you were recently working will get closed. Closing Visual Basic. To exit from VB, 1. Open the File menu from the menu bar. 2. Click Exit. You can even press Alt plus F4 or click the button at the top right corner of the VB window to close VB. Recap. Visual Basic is a high-level programming language which is evolved from BASIC. VB provides us with graphical user interfaces (GUI) to develop programs and applications. IDE, Integrated Development Environment, is an interface, an environment that we use to create our applications. Solution Explorer is an area of the integrated development environment that contains solution and helps to manage project files. The files are displayed in a hierarchical view. Properties window is used to edit and view properties of the files, projects, and solutions. The toolbox displays icons for controls and other items that you can add to your projects like buttons, text box, drop-down menu, etc. IntelliSense is a convenient way to access descriptions of functions, particularly their parameter lists.
Like, share and subscribe.